Hello Which Bookie followers, and welcome back to another Ante Post selection for this coming weekend's Prix de Triomphe, which is obviously a fantastic race. It's got a star-studded lineup and looks to be an attractive betting race, and also an attractive race if you just want to watch it. Obviously at the top of the market is Triomphe for Dermot Weld, who's got Christophe Soumillon back on board, who won the Prix de l'Opera on this horse last year. Obviously they went over to win the Breeders' Cup Turf under Colin Keane, and was just most notably just second to the recently retired St Mark's Basilica in the Irish Champion Stakes, when arguably a tad unlucky. She will be suited by the step back up in trip and seems to be fairly ground versatile, so a mile 4 on softer ground shouldn't be an issue. Also at the top of the market is a Dayar for Charlie Appleby, and this is William Buick's ride out of the two very strong Appleby pairs. This horse is a very good horse, and he obviously won the Arc and went on to win the King George, but I just sense it hasn't been plain sailing since then, and he missed his intended prep run before this race, which I wouldn't be overly convinced by as a way of going down the Arc route. He's going to have to prove himself to be a really good horse if he's going to win this race. As for myself, I'm going to side with two horses at each way prices, starting off with the other Appleby runner, and that will come as no surprise to many that know that I'm a massive fan of Hurricane Lane, and at 6 to 1 generally, I think he's not a bad each way price in this. I know St Leger winners don't have a massively great record in the Arc, but I think this horse could be a little bit different, and even though he's had a hard season, he's tough as nails, and the way he races would indicate that he might have one more good run in him. James Doyle takes the ride, which is of no bad feat whatsoever. He's a superb jockey, so that's of no problem, and also he's just a likeable type that will keep grinding and keep finding. Also on his one trip to France, he won so impressively in the Grand Prix de Paris by 7 lengths on softer ground as well, so he's ground versatile. We know from the St Leger he's a strong stayer, and I think he's got a massive chance in this at 6 to 1. The other one I'm going to play though at a much bigger price is Alankerr at 33 to 1 with William Hill each way. I think that's not a bad price for this William Haggis trained runner, who I hope will run in this race. He's got this option or the option to wait a couple of weeks for the Champion Stakes at Ascot. I think they'll hopefully take this option on. The owners are based in France. He seems to be more suited by a mile and a half, and I think you might as well try and crack whip and see where you can go. This horse has got some very good form this year though, and you only have to look back to Sanddown at the start of the year where he beat a Dayar in that Derby trial there. He obviously went on to miss the Derby and ran at Royal Ascot instead, where winning impressively over a mile and a half on soft ground. He was then given far too much to do in that Grand Prix de Paris behind Hurricane Lane, when finishing strongly for third, and then backed that up with a second to Mishriff at York in the Juddmonte International. He was well beat by Mishriff, but a mile 2 furlongs on good ground probably wouldn't see this horse to best effect. He's another one that won't mind the drop of rain that they're going to get over in Longchamp this week. They've already got it at the start of this week, and there's forecast more rain throughout. So I think this ground is going to turn softer and softer and softer, which may play against the likes of a Snowfall and a Dayar, and instead pave the way for the likes of a Hurricane Lane, or potentially even an Alankerr at a big price. It looks to be a really good race though, and obviously one that's very open, so hopefully these two horses, Hurricane Lane at 6 to 1 and Alankerr at 33 to 1, can do ourselves some justice and hopefully get ourselves a bit of an Ante Post profit.